Pesto is one of the easiest things that you can make to dramatically enhance the flavor of anything. Vegetables, beef, pork, chicken, you name it. But we are gonna hook it up with some homemade pasta. And maybe I'll throw in a little something else at the end just to give you a little surprise. I have no clue what kind of Italian I am that I don't even have pesto on my YouTube channel or my website, so it is long overdue. Super, super simple to make, can't say it enough. We're gonna knock out a little bit of prep with some pine nuts first. Sound good? Let's cook. So in a medium-sized saucepan, we are gonna add in some raw pine nuts. And use the back of your hand to sort of press it down so it's only one layer thick. We're going right over to your cooktop, and we're going to immediately turn the heat on to low, though. Make sure it is on low heat because these can burn very easily. And what I'm going to do is sort of stir fry these a little bit. Move the pan around, get a spoon in there. What we want to do is get a very nice light brown on these, and the color will change from sort of creamy more to a yellowy type color. Just like you see here, you got that perfect little light brown on them. Excellent. Let's go ahead and remove them from the heat. I'm just going to simply set these to the side in a little bowl. You're probably going to have a little bit extra, which is great because it goes awesome on other things. I'm going to stop and say this now that the pine nuts are done toasting. Do not eat raw pine nuts. Here's a little personal experience. I ate some one time, and every single time I ate anything after that for about 3 to 4 weeks, it had a very bitter aftertaste. I seriously thought everything had just gone wrong, no matter what I ate. No matter if it was something sweet, something savory, at the end, it was super bitter. So take it from me, don't eat these raw. Got it? And now it's time to pick some fresh basil. You have to use fresh in this recipe. You cannot use dry. So if you grow this in the garden, and oftentimes it can completely take over your garden, or you just happen to have a ton of it from the grocery store, this is such a great recipe to use all that fresh basil up. So go ahead and pick the leaves off. Do not use the stems in this. It will make your pesto a little bit bitter and chunky, and we do not want that. Go ahead and add it to a bowl, and next we are going right over to a food processor. Of course, if you want to go old school and do a pestle and mortar, that is totally up to you. Me, I'm all about ease and comfort these days, so food processor it is. Next, I'm going to add in the squeeze of 1 lemon. I'm just using my other hand to catch any seeds that might fall in there. This is going to help add a little acid and flavor as well as keep the color nice and green. Next, hit it with a few small garlic cloves, and then I'm going to add in some fresh grated Parmesan cheese. Going to add an amazing flavor and, of course, help make it nice and creamy. We're going to add in those pine nuts that we just toasted off. Yes, I did set them to the side because I got another use for those at a later time. And now what we want to do is add the top on and then begin to pulse it. We're going to get it to these very finely rough chopped pieces. This is just going to help us when it comes time to add in the oil, and we're not trying to get it to this perfect consistency with the oil. So once it is here, you can see it looks excellent. This is exactly the stage you want to be at. We are going to season it up at this point with some fresh sea salt. And what this is going to do is obviously add a lot of flavor here and complement everything. Next, we're going to grate in some pecorino Romano. This part is completely optional. It is salty, so you are going to get a little bit more here to add into this pesto. Again, that part is optional. You can go all Parmesan cheese, totally up to you. We're going to add the top back on. We're going to go back to pulsing, but at this time, we're going to drizzle in some extra virgin olive oil. This is what is sort of going to help make this a sauce. You can see it's already starting to look creamy here. Slowly drizzle it in. Do not just dump it in there because the sauce could potentially break at this point. So now what we want to do is just take it off and let's have a look. Better to pour in a little bit at a time than go all in and it be liquidy. And try it out. Get a spoon in there. Take a little taste, make sure that it's excellent, and yes, it is very good, my friends. And you've just made homemade pesto. Congratulations. Like I always say, Comies and everyone else, it's all about understanding these fundamental, basic techniques like making pesto, squeezing lemon juice in there to help preserve the color, give it a little acid. You start putting this into all of your recipes, then all of your homemade food from scratch is going to taste way better. I'm telling you, better than the stores, better than the restaurants, you name it. This is so delicious. But now that we've got all this pesto, what should we do with it? How about make some pasta? So I've got a large pot of boiling water, and per usual, I'm going to season it up with salt. It should taste like the ocean, just in case you were wondering. And I definitely have some homemade pasta sitting around. Check out that recipe. You can certainly use dry pasta if you'd like, but there's nothing, I mean nothing, my friends, like fresh homemade pasta. It takes only 2 to 3 minutes to cook. If you're using dry, probably 8 to 10 minutes. Using some tongs, just move it around so that nothing is sticking. This is the motion that I like to use. And then go ahead and let's drain off the noodles with my little strainer that I have already in the pot. This is perfect. Going over to a countertop in a bowl. We're not going to put it in a hot pan because the sauce can break, the pesto that is, and just hit it with some of that pesto. It takes about 2 to 3 tablespoons of pesto to every 4 ounces of dried pasta, just as a rule of thumb in case you're wondering. We're going to add a good amount on there, and then of course I'm going to season it up with some sea salt and fresh cracked black pepper. Season once, taste twice. Remember, go back over to the pot, grab some of that hot pasta water, put it in there. This is going to help loosen everything up a little bit, but still enough that it sticks to the pasta. And let me say again, you do not need to drown this pasta in pesto. A little bit will make sure this tastes great. Now, of course, let's plate up in slow-mo. I'm just going to serve this in a small bowl. Fresh pasta is always really rich, and I can never eat quite as much as my eyes like to think they would. And just fold it over. This sort of just gives it a little bit of height. You know me, I'm all about the plate up. And once it's at that point, I'm going to grate in a little bit more pecorino Romano. If you want, you can use Parmesan cheese. I like a little more salt, so hey, that's just me. Looks amazing, right? Everything's fantastic, but what if you want some protein? Maybe I've got some chicken lying around? So I happen to have a few cooked chicken breasts. If you want to save some time and you've got a rotisserie chicken, hallelujah, use that. It's all about ease, my friends, and comfort. So I'm just going to roughly chop this up. Going to throw it right over into the bowl with the leftover pesto pasta. Give it a few tosses. Looks excellent. It's a great way to add a little bit of protein. And man, check out this beauty. So delicious, so simple to make. You need to make this tonight. Like this video, subscribe to my channel, of course, check out this video because it is so good, and I'll see you on there.